Muchachos de Júpiter, eso es la graviación.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Jupiter Boys. My name is Jim Jupiter.
And that was Quinn, Matador Jupiter, Matador Jupiter, and that was the Spanish of bringing back. Is it recording?
Oh,
I'm bringing it back,
and in Spanish.
and in Spanish. So I might do some other languages if I remember.
You've done that many times.
but I've done it many times. I don't know if I've ever done Spanish, which is surprising.
I think you probably definitely have.
Well, we'll just agree that I'm agreeing to agree.
So we're two boys from the planet Jupiter. Each week we get together and we talk about things.
That's right.
We flip a coin of truth to decide who talks first.
Where is that coin?
It's right next to your mug.
Oh, that's not a pleasant noise for the listeners.
I will take the Radiotopia side, please. It's the Radiotopia.
It's
side.
Radiotopia.
So that means it's my topic first, in case it's the first time you're ever listening. So, Quinn,
Yes.
I want to talk to you today about the fact that we, by using stolen content,
Yep.
we inadvertently created an episode of My Brother, and Me.
That's right.
Because
We predicted the future a
we
little bit.
it's so funny because for a little bit of background for you listeners, every year, My Brother, and Me, Griffin, Travis, and Justin, all together come up with a theme for the year. They've been doing this since like 2010 or something.
Yeah. I think 2009 or 2010.
No, it was 2010 because it was Zolo.
Yeah, that's right. Zolo.
So, because it looks like Zolo. And that was like a really simple one. So we like blatantly stole that content.
Yeah.
For the last 2 years now, we've each created a year. To our credit, both years that we've done this, they've been different years than the Mabim Bam Boys have come up with.
Yeah, exactly. We come up with our own ideas.
We had
before they
2018.
even- Yeah.
They had Collaborating.
I think they did touch on bait, though. I think Griffin was
But I
like...
think they were talking about fishing.
No, he was like, but what about that good baiting? I think he was actually talking about, like, yanking your wiener.
Anyway, so we
Just yanking that wiener.
we recorded an episode a little while back
Yep.
for New Year's, and we released it before My Brother, and Me, and we
yeah.
basically hit like half of the ones that they said.
Yeah.
Like they pretty much hit like all of the ones that we hit.
To be fair, you had a lot prepared.
I
That
did
was
have-
really cool. That was I appreciated that one.
Thanks. It took me 10 minutes, and I did it up good. So they hit all of ours, and they ended up settling on Frankenstein teen.
Frankenstein teen.
You
Be the monster.
become the monster,
Become the monster.
or you're the monster now, or something like that.
They're not really becoming the monster right now, but
Whereas we settled on 20 teen.
yeah.
Um,
They touched on 20 Shine teen. They touched on Kevin Klein teen. They
Yeah,
touched
the
on,
fact that so let me
and
just
Chris Klein.
let me-
Chris Stein teen.
let me just say that the fact that they touched on Kevin Klein teen and the fact that it was Travis's idea
Yeah.
means that I have to go ritually commit suicide with a ceremonial blade.
I was kind of thinking about that.
Yeah, I had the same humor as Travis McElroy, with whom I have an eternal blood beef.
Yeah, he's had a beef with him for a while.
I-
We don't speak of those days.
I have a.
We don't speak of the ancient wars. We don't speak of that.
It's
I told you, Brian, we don't speak of the ancient wars.
Yeah, Brian.
Brian, you fucking idiot.
So, I don't really want to talk about Bam Bam. What I do
Yeah.
want to talk about is how we settled on 20 teen.
2015.
At least that's sort of where we came out.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I like 20 Shine Teen. I
Yeah.
wanted to get Katy Perry's Fireworks, just get it more popular again.
Yeah, but we can't afford those rights.
We can't afford that song, and we can't afford the lyrics, and we can't afford to mention this.
So, we ended up settling with 20 teen. Get Fine Dream Boy.
Yeah.
So in the spirit of 20 teen, you know that I hit up 2018 so hard.
Yeah.
Last year I
You
went
knocked it
I
out of
went
the park.
I went so hard on 2018.
It was an easy lob, and you just fucking
frankly
hit a grand slam.
frankly I'm exhausted. It's going to take me a while to recoup.
Yeah.
It was so I hit 18 so hard.
Yeah, I think we all made sacrifices. I think we all had a good team effort, and at the end of the game, we really made a push there.
But you know what? The thing about baiting is that you can work as a team, but
Yeah.
in the end it all comes down to you.
It's true. You are your own worst enemy in this case, and you've got to just overcome those hurdles and get some goals, boys.
So 20. I love that just became a hockey interview. So
Just
25.
gotta hustle. Just gotta take it easy.
gotta
Take
bring
it
'em-
period by period.
We got to bring them to the net.
We gotta out hustle them. Just outshoot them.
Their defense is playing really good,
pucks
but
to nets.
we
Get
got
PTM,
we just got to cross the blue line and
PTN.
get those to the net.
dump chase, DNC.
We got to take the shots when we got them, and we got to avoid the penalty box. And
With baiting, you gotta just squeeze your salami, rub
not
your
too hard.
rub your Jimmy.
You got to give it just the right amount of flex, just
Squirt
the right
your
amount of
squam.
bend. Okay, so 2015.
Yeah.
Now, obviously, the obvious route to go with 2015 is to make yourself fine.
Yeah.
We're talking manicures, we're talking pedicures, we're talking facials,
We're
talking
about
haircuts.
shaving my mustache off.
Yeah, Quinn went 2015 hard by removing the ugly amount of facial hair that he had on his face.
It was not that bad. I think I liked it, and certain other people liked
The
it.
fact that you liked it means that I don't have to wax my gooch, because that was like,
Yeah, but you didn't even deliver on that promise anyways. So
I know.
it was just for me, for my enjoyment. You somehow flipped the script on me and made me get something that I actually enjoyed.
exactly.
You
So,
fucking conned me hard, man.
yeah, into a thing that you liked. So
Yeah.
you're welcome, I guess.
Yeah, I might not grow it back as thick, but I'll definitely grow it back in some manner.
Doctor Strange style. So
That'd be nice.
that's the obvious way of doing it.
Yep.
Going on shopping sprees, getting yourself fine.
I think I got myself fine, especially in the winter holidays. I think I got myself fine. I got upgraded a little bit.
But here's the thing.
Yeah.
That's hard to maintain for 12 months of a year.
For a whole year.
You know?
You got to
It's
start
hard-
the year off strong, and then you've got to be able to go down from there.
Well, let's see. Here's the thing.
Yeah.
There's another route that we need to explore,
Okay.
because getting yourself fine, that's all well and good.
Yep.
If you're a millionaire with lots of time on your hands.
Exactly.
But nobody ever talks about the other way to make yourself fine, which is to make everybody else disgusting.
Okay.
So here's the thing.
All right.
2015, corrupt your friends and family.
Now this is going dark. I can play with you in this space, but we're going really dark with us.
It's true.
And corrupting your friends and family is going to be both a challenging thing, both physically and in your brain as well, because you're gonna want to go easy on that fam. But you can't go easy on
You
them.
can't. You have to make them
go
the most.
full hog, just awful human beings.
You
out
have
of
to make
them
them the most disgusting people
Yep.
imaginable. So here's where you start.
which would make you in yourself disgusting.
No, it
because
makes you finer, because you just avoid all the things that you do to make them
This
disgusting.
logic it's flawed at this point, Jim. I'm
So here
I'm
we are.
willing to play, but you're almost crossing a line.
Hear me out. And maybe this is Jim's evil bits.
That one was like a spaceship, and I liked it.
Jim's evil bits. So you feed your family secret amounts of lard. It's going to make their skin worse
Plus, it's gonna make you good at cooking because you're gonna have to cook every meal
with lard.
with lard.
And I mean, you have to get creative to hide the lard into the dishes.
Yeah, you got to be like, I'm just gonna eat my portion while I'm still cooking your portion because that's the way I cook. Okay,
That's how I do it.
Just
I
don't
make one for myself real quick, and then I make one for
You
everybody
become
else.
so good at multitasking that you're making your food. You're making your food as quickly as you're eating the food that you just made. You have an iron fucking mouth at this point. The burns don't even fucking affect you.
Here's the other thing you got to do.
Yeah.
You got to make them smoke cigarettes while they're sleeping.
Okay, that's genius. So what we're gonna have to do is create some sort of almost almost like a cocoon that we trap them in, like a bubble.
No, I'm not saying you hotbox cigarettes in their faces. I'm saying that you let's say they're breathing through
put it
their
in their nose.
yeah, let's say they're breathing through their nose. You just stick a cigarette in their nose.
But what if we develop some sort of filter, right, that can filter out the cigarette smoke and make it kind of just smell like air?
I like it. Here's another thing you do.
Yeah.
You hide porn in all of their shit. so that they can't even avoid it. So like you make them like corrupt themselves with porn. Like it's just like, oh, time to do my taxes, turbotax.com. What the hell? And you have it automatically redirect to porn. You have every website that they go to, everything that they try to do, every keystroke on their computer just sends them to a porn site.
That's like, but that's kind of doing them a favor until they get like.
Well, but the thing is, you got to corrupt them, right? You have to make them the most filthy, undesirable person, so that you become finer by contrast.
It's just bad. It's just bad. Like
it is bad. That I have. It's Quinn's. It's Jim's naughty evil bits.
Oh, that one was troubling.
Evil bits.
There you go. You're jumping on the effects, and I like it.
Yeah. So it's 2015. I gotta get fine with these effects.
2015 to me is all about making sure that I am fine. It's making sure that I
both physically and mentally.
I'd say mostly mentally, because physically I'm going to remain fine for the most part. But I mean, I know
lots of fucking bluster there, buddy. Anyway,
a lot of bluster.
Anyway, Quinn,
it's an unequivocal amount of bluster.
What do you got for me this week?
I wanted to hit on a Go Watch It mini edition. This is a show that hasn't been brought back in a while. And I think that we should just kind of think about bringing it back, think about resurrecting it, and go watch it.
You're talking about Lost, aren't you?
No.
Oh.
Go watch it.
Go watch it.
Go watch it.
Here, you want to
go watch it. That was cool. I wanted to kind of talk about Fargo season 2.
Okay.
And the fact that it has a kind of a subplot about aliens.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
And I wanted to discuss if like there was any. So first of all, for explanation, spoiler for season 2 of Fargo.
Yeah.
But season 2 of Fargo plays out like much like season 1 of Fargo does, with a lot of like
murders
feuds and murders and kind of little cross plots that kind of connect.
Scheming.
So all of that's happening, but in the background, there's like this hinting alien invasion that's going to happen.
Right.
And then it draws to a close, and like one of the most climactic episodes, like a spaceship just like hovers above a character.
Yeah.
And
I
like
forgot about that.
Drastically affects the plot. And one character like even mentions like stares at it, and the other one's like, "It's just a spacecraft, honey. Let's go." And it's Kirsten Dunst.
Yeah.
But like I just like wanted to discuss if there was any other shows that kind of had like a crazy subplot in them.
Okay.
That like had nothing. Well, like Lost would be a good example, because like there's so many just weird subplots where you're like, why the fuck is this in the show?
Did you ever watch Dude? This isn't a show, but did you ever watch Dude, Where's My Car?
Yeah, I've seen Dude, Where's My Car?
There's a whole alien subplot in that one too, and it's very bizarre.
It's like sex aliens or something like that?
Yeah. It's 100% just like sexy hot alien ladies.
Yeah, that's a strange one.
Weird.
That's a good kind of callback to that.
Yeah, it's like I thought about that the other day. I was like, why the fuck were there aliens in that movie?
But like I think there being aliens in Fargo season 2 just kind of enhances the show. And especially because in another scene of Fargo season 2, Ted Danson's character is seen like creating his own language, basically.
Oh yeah, that's right.
And like there's like a bunch of signs that it's like the alien language, and then he just kind of explains it in the end.
I have to
he's like,
rewatch
I'm just kind of creating a language because my wife died and I'm bored. And like it's like that's not really that good of an explanation for that.
Is there really like signs that it's the alien language?
I'm pretty sure, man. I think it's like him
you just
communicating.
came up with this in a
but
fever
that would
dream.
be cool, though, wouldn't it? If that was like when they did that.
Yeah, I think it would be very cool.
I'm kind of watching. I was kind of like, see, the Lost was a big foray into me being into television in the first place.
Right.
And now that I'm rewatching it,
to be fair, Lost like sort of was. I think J.J. Abrams brought an element of, sort of the serial, like the sort of the to be continued kind of aspect of TV, where it just keeps like each one ends on a cliffhanger, and you're like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
Like Lost did that really well for like half a season, and then it like would periodically do it for the rest of the series.
Yeah, there was a couple fillers where you're like, oh, I gotta see this character's backstory.
I mean, like
God
there's like the
damn it.
whole like Hurley playing golf scene. It's just like, all right, great. He fucking made golf on the island. Good job, Hurley.
Yeah.
You-
But there's a lot of Hurley scenes like that. I
Yeah.
like Hurley's.
Well, 'cause Hurley is like the
storyline
comic
as well.
relief. It's just like, what's Hurley up to? Oh, fixing video games. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
it's like, oh, cool. Yeah, it's definitely super important right now on this desert island.
Same with Charlie though. They shortchanged Charlie a lot.
But Charlie was like looking for heroin all the time. So
Yeah.
I mean,
It's
you know.
true. He stopped looking for heroin after a while. Then he found the heroin. Then he lost the heroin. Then he found the heroin. Then he lost the heroin. And
And then
now
he
he's
went in a submarine.
now he's found the heroin. Yeah. Desmond predicted his death, and they were like, just like the creators were like, just warning you, it's coming up. You can't ignore it. Like they basically just forced the crowd into
Well, he
doing
couldn't
that.
afford Dominic Monaghan that much longer.
Yeah, he was starting to get too big for his britches. In there. I mean, you're talking about Mary Brandybook. Is it Brandybook?
Yeah.
Something like that. So I'm trying to think of like, so Game of Thrones, I would say, in like the how they're like the walkers are kind of just like a constant threat in the background.
Yeah, I mean, until the more recent
Yeah,
seasons.
yeah,
You know,
exactly.
like then it sort of becomes a thing.
It's like a looming threat that's always like there, but you every time you look around, so much other stuff is going on that you can't actually focus on that.
Yeah, I think like the Office had a bunch of good
Subplots.
good subplots. Like
I agree. Like
There-
the cameraman
yeah,
subplot.
oh man, that one was interesting that they threw at the very end.
Plop and
And Clark,
Clark Duke's character, they're great.
yeah, no, his character's name was Clark.
Perfect.
Yeah,
I love that when that happens,
I
man.
know, me too.
I'm like, your name is Jim, and you're playing a Jim.
Yeah, and Pete was Plop, and it's just like, why am I Plop? Because you're always taking dumps, man. What?
Because you're always taking dumps, man. Was it Andy?
Yeah.
That's so good.
Oh, it's stupid. But like there were lots of those in that show.
One of my favorite subplots is in Silicon Valley
Okay.
when the way they killed off T.J. Miller's character is fucking perfect.
Yeah.
Right? So they just leave him
In an opium den
in
like
an opium
China,
den in China.
with like just an enormous stack of money. It's just like, just get this as far as it'll get them.
So then after that, Chen Yang pretends that he died, or like he has his body.
Yeah.
So he gets like a pig's body and chops it up and like brings it to court, and he's like, "You want to see his body?" And the court's like, "No, that won't be necessary, sir." Like, I just love that they kind of threw that in just as like a middle finger to
TJ
Miller because he's a piece of shit.
Yeah, he is a gigantic
He's a
piece of
fucking
shit.
crazy asshole.
I saw somebody like retweeted this thing. It was like, if my Kickstarter's for $35,000 and it's to send me to LA to shit on TJ Miller to get lawn or something like that. And I was like, yep. Like,
I would donate.
yeah,
You
exactly.
just donate a couple bucks. You're like, I helped contribute to that. I helped contribute to that world's like dominance over this piece of shit.
I'm trying to think of other shows with like really great subplots.
I like a lot of the Breaking Bad
fucking
subplots.
Mad Men. To be honest, like that, there's like a lot of like tiny subplots. Like Peggy's plot is always really good.
Yeah.
Pete Campbell's plot is always really good.
Yeah.
I mean, like there's the Dawn line, and that's like obviously the main storyline.
And then there's the
there's Roger, and there's
Roger.
like Peter, and like
yeah.
oh, there's so many good ones.
Like there's becoming subplots where I'm like, oh my god, like so much stuff is happening, and I don't even realize it because it's taking place in like such a casual.
60s.
It's the 60s. God damn it, give me a Mississippi tea and a glass of scotch because it's the goddamn 60s.
yeah, look at how 60s this is. We've made this reference before. It's a Yilvis video. Go look at it.
It's pure perfection. Another show that I was really liking for like how many different things it was about was Fringe. I only watched like half of the first season, but like I could see it becoming like a show that I would just love.
And I feel like Fringe was one of those ones where they stitched storylines together to like, oh, it's like, oh, this is much more significant than you thought before. It turns out he's actually from another dimension, and you know, like there was like a lot of that shit. Like I like when shows continually roll with that, like they keep like twisting and twisting and turning.
Yeah, I like that. Like Lost could have become that, but like I can see
It just fucked it up too many times.
I'm seeing it go downhill in season 3, and I'm like,
Yeah.
oh, I forgot how much it went downhill.
Yeah.
But I'm excited to keep.
It sort of
moving
bounces
forward.
back. There's like a little bounce back, and then it'll like dip
Yeah,
again.
and like season 5, it like bounces back. It's certain subplots are pretty good.
Yeah.
And like Desmond's storyline is really good in the later seasons.
The thing
and
is,
stuff.
like, they keep introducing new characters, and then they like reveal their backstory, and it's like, oh, they're sort of tied to the original. Like,
I kind of hate that everybody's fucking tied to
Yeah.
Christian Shepherd. Like he's the most important character in the fucking show. And you're like, oh, this douchebag.
yeah, or Jack
Ah.
Shepard.
Well, like so many characters are tied to Christian Shepherd. Like fucking so many stupid characters where you're like, what the fuck? Why the fuck did they meet that guy?
Yeah. You know what's another great show for subplots and like inside jokes is Arrested Development,
Yeah.
because they'll build like a joke that goes on through the whole series.
British eyes only.
Mr. F. Yeah, so like those kinds of jokes where they like continue it through the whole goddamn series.
And that's why you always
Leave
leave
a
a
note.
note.
All right, that's the end of that topic. We fucking like limped our way through that one.
Yeah, I was.
That wasn't a real robust topic there,
I
Quinn.
should have thought of more. I
should have think more.
I wrote that down like 2 months ago when I was watching that show. So like, it's not a new fresh idea.
It's funny because like sometimes I think that you write down things as topics that could easily just be texts to me.
It's true.
So-
I'm just too lazy to type up those texts and send them to you.
So you put them in your notes instead.
Yeah, I just try to build a shitty topic off of it.
So we've been the Jupiter Boys. If you liked this, God help you. You can subscribe, like, rate,
They
review.
can like whatever they want, Jim.
Yeah, I know, but
Why?
yeah.
It's
Thank
upsetting.
you to Christo Graham for the use of our theme music.
Mr. Graham is probably never gonna listen to these anyway.
He's definitely never listened since the first one that he was in, where he was just like, where he listened to it, he was like, "Oh, cool, this is something I never have to listen to again."
It's very true, but he's pretty weird. He's a pretty weird dude. But we like him.
Wouldn't it be
Love him.
hilarious if like he was like our biggest fan? He had like started like a fan club like on the underground, and he was just like he was plugging the shit out of us.
That would be awesome.
It would be.
Yeah. But he's too busy to do that. And we don't blame him.
Yeah. You can get in touch with us by going to thejupiterboys.com.
Yep.
There's like everything there. There's all the episodes. You can like buy shit at our store. You can fucking contact us in a variety of ways. I'm on Twitter. I'm at the Jupiter Boys.
And I'm at Quinn Jupiter.
And there's just no excuse not to get a hold of us.
There isn't an excuse.
We're on the Facebook. We're on the email. It's thejupiterboys@gmail.com.
We're not on the Instagram.
We're not on the Instagram, but that's because we keep our identities secret
Yeah.
for now. Maybe
For
on
now.
episode 500 or something, or 1,000, we'll reveal ourselves to the universe.
To the universe and the universe's mother.
Yeah, well, you
Because
know,
making a good first impression
she's
is
super-
always important.
she's super hot. So shoot those nuts.
Straight down that gullet of yours. Whoop. With Dolphin Shark.